Hi folks, welcome to Federal Premium's Vital Zone. The hunt we're getting ready to go look at is our good buddy Terry Rohm of Tink as he heads to do a little cold weather hunting in Saskatchewan. Let's go right to the hunt. As you can see old Terry right here, he is bundled up. If you've never hunted Saskatchewan, you got to give it a try. You know, the temperatures can get, 20 below zero, and that's just part of it. But a lot of times these old deep woods bucks will move between 10 and 2. And you always need a good set of binoculars because, these deer body size can be over 300 pounds, and sometimes you can be looking at their rack and the rack will kind of look small compared to their body. So you really got to look them over good. Terry's looked this particular deer over pretty good. He's called him a shooter, so now he's just waiting to get an opening to make the correct shot. He's got his safety off right there. That buck took another step right there and gave him the perfect broadside shot. Now the rest is up to him. He puts those crosshairs right up there in the crease, right behind that right shoulder. Now let's go take a look at the shot. As you can tell, that deer jumped straight up in the air right there, but let's do this. Let's put it in slow motion and see exactly where that bullet hits that deer. As you can see the red dot right there, that is a little bit lower where Terry was aiming, but that's okay. As long as you put that bullet right there, it's still going to be a fatal shot. But let's do this. Let's go and look at the Federal Premium Vital Zone and see exactly where that bullet goes through the vitals. As you'll notice, the bullet coming in right there from the left side right there was a little bit lower where Terry was aiming, but it went in the bottom part of the right lung, a complete pass through, all the way through the bottom part of the left lung, and this was definitely a fatal shot. Here's a few tips for you as far as Terry's hunt right there. If you're going to be hunting in cold weather, I'm talking about where it could be 0 or below 0, you got to have the right clothes. In Saskatchewan, you basically hunt from dark to dark, and you're sitting out there for a lot of hours. You need a good pair of binoculars because these deer body size could be close to 300 pounds, and the racks on these deer look a lot smaller because the deer's body are so big. So you really got to take a look at those racks to make sure they're a shooter. But I've seen more people pass up shooter bucks because the racks look a little bit smaller to their bodies. That's just because these are big timber wood bucks that have to sit out there and live in these conditions right there. But it's a lot of fun. Get the right clothing. Terry was patient right there. He waited for that buck to get right there in the opening. He was shot just a little bit low, but that's the difference in shooting with a rifle than shooting with a bow. A lot of times you aim at the lower 1/3 in case that deer jumps a string. These bucks aren't going to jump the bullet, I can promise you that. So he shot it just a little bit lower. It was still a perfect shot through both lungs, and another buck part of the Federal Premium Vital Zone.